What is going on, y'all? KMBest here. Just finished up playing a ton of different Prodigy decks. There are a lot of exciting ones, but the best one by far was a variation of Silver Surfer that I was shocked was as good as it is. This is flat out one of the best decks I've played this entire month. It is a variation of the Heart of the Cards Surfer list that we played in the most recent tier list that we sort of talked about as it's a non-Surge Surfer deck. And what occurred to me today is, why is it a non-Surge Surfer deck? Why are we playing US Agent when we could be playing the messed up and broken and a very awesome card that is Surge? So, what is Prodigy's role here? There are a couple things that he does extremely well. Thing number one, 2 Galactas. Very obviously broken when you have access to not just Brood, but also Captain Carter. 2 Galactas, super messed up in this deck. Thing number 2, he is able to copy Negasonic, and when he copies Negasonic, another thing goes boom. That's a very powerful thing to do. Thing number 3, and this is what really put Surge into the deck, is you can copy Surge, and suddenly you're doing 2 Surge procs, boom, boom. And that is unbelievably powerful in a deck where every point of power is extremely valuable. I had an incredible run with this deck. I realize that people are going to be like, where's Juggernaut? Genuinely, you don't need him. You don't need a card that says 3 energy, win a lane, because you already run Brood and you already run Captain Carter, and they say that anyway. They just do it with points. And that's fundamentally more reliable than doing it with an effect. This is a deck that has a massive amount of points in it, an incredible amount of very specific power that it can bring to bear, and frankly, Prodigy as a remarkable force multiplier on several of your most powerful lines. Copy a Surge, copy a Galacta, do something stupid, go to town. Before we jump into the card-by-card breakdown, there's a little bit of a mechanic thing I want to run by y'all just to make sure you understand how it works. Basically, you can order Sam's shield and other moves however you want. This is a little counterintuitive because they typically look like they're resolving first, i.e. if you move a Sam shield somewhere, Batroc will still move before your on reveals, but let's say you have a Surge in position 1 and a Sam Wilson next to it in position 2, and you want to get your Sam Wilson proc by moving the shield to the Sam lane, but you also want to Prodigy the Surge and not the Sam Wilson. You can actually just do that by ordering it in that order. Play the Prodigy first, and then move the shield to the lane. By the same token, you can move the shield to the lane, and then play a card, play the Prodigy, I should say, if you are trying to copy the card in position 2. In other words, there's not really a way to mess it up unless it doesn't work like it looks like it is on the board. This is a very important little bit of technology here, where even though it seems obvious, it's really worth repeating, because a lot of the actual utilization of Prodigy in this deck is down to Sam Wilson moves and allowing things like that to happen. That's how you get your really messed up Galacta plays, and that is really what you're going for when you play a deck like this. One thing I really like about this build of Surfer is that it gets to play a reasonable amount of 2s. Sam Wilson is sort of a glue card here. This is a guy who is manipulating spaces to make your Prodigy more able to target whatever it is that you want to be targeting. This is especially useful if you have, like, say, a Galacta or a Negasonic in position 2 in a lane, getting the shield into position 3 and then Prodigy into position 4. Just kind of a lot of what you're going to be doing in order to enable Prodigy. Is Prodigy a bit of a Sam Wilson merchant? In this deck, I would say he pretty much is a Sam Wilson merchant. It's interesting that he is that, and it does come up a lot. That means that Sam Wilson is one of the best cards you can have on turn 2, although I sometimes prioritize Surge if I have Sam, in large part because I will then be able to play a discounted 3 and Sam on turn 4 and not end up missing out on him entirely. Sam is the glue guy of this archetype, allowing your Prodigy to work better, allowing you to have extra units in your Captain Carter lane, which is extra important. You get a lot out of him. I don't know how public this information is, but I've been awake for the entire night playing decks with Prodigy in them, so I'm just going to publicize it. There's a chat room in my Discord that's like limited to like really high level players, basically. And in that chat room, Heart of the Cards posted his list and was like, this is a really good non-surge list. And nobody, not one of these people was like, and this includes me, was like, why is it a non-surge list? Not one time did anyone stop to think, hey, isn't Surge just way better than US Agent all of the time? None of us came up with it until today, when I, delirious on a colossal amount of caffeine and copium, realized that it was probably smart to play the really good card in the deck instead of a card I don't want to play on turn 2. This is your preferred 2-drop. This is what you want to be doing basically every turn 2. It's an excellent Prodigy card to target. Just all around great stuff when you play this card. The Fenris Wolf package is pretty interesting because I've been really impressed with Fenris Wolf and Killmonger, and generally a lot less impressed with Gladiator. I think probably a pretty decent amount of my losses are just like Gladiator hard selling. But I think that if you were to remove Gladiator, you'd have to question Fenris Wolf. I like him a lot. I like Killmonger a lot. I don't want to remove the package. Just pointing out that it is one. Fenris Wolf is pretty damn solid. There are some things that you have to think about in terms of surge procs and things like that. When can you weave this in? But having all of these 3s is good for multiple reasons. It's not just that you have a 2-drop on 2. It's that you're more likely to have a 3 and a 2 on the turn 5 that is incredibly important, because that's how, let's say your 3 is Prodigy, you need to be playing something else, because if that Prodigy is copying a Galacta, you need to be getting those double Galacta procs. So having all these 2s is really important. Getting things discounted to 2 via Surge is really important. And generally the third 2 is something I'm interested in, and I don't have any better ideas for what to do with that package spot. Normally, I'd probably make a pithy comment about how this is a Silver Surfer deck, and yes, obviously you should be playing Brood, but it is worth pointing out that, like, Brood is even better in this deck than normally. Like, this is a deck that can get double Galacta. I don't know if you're aware, but double Galacta on a Brood is just 24. It's just a 3 energy Infinite plus. That's just so much power. It's just a really difficult thing for people to deal with and to like sit there looking at and understand what's about to happen to them. Honestly, a lot of my final turns, I'm just spoiled for options. Like, there are situations where it's like, I'm not even supposed to play Silver Surfer because the Galacta buff is so much already that I don't even care to buff that lane further. There are situations where a final turn is just, we have our double Galacta, we play Brood, we say, that's going to win that lane, we play like a Negasonic or something. That's how strong this card is as a buff carrier. In a lot of other Surfer decks, ones that aren't able to play 2 Galactas or aren't able to Prodigy this, I think that Captain Carter is not necessarily fairly middling, but like very clearly second fiddle to Brood. The thing about her, though, is that because you can Prodigy her, if you have her in the front line and then a Prodigy in the back line, you're getting to like 50 or 60 power a lot of the time. Like, it's just a massive, massive number if you get buffs on them from either Surge or from Galacta or from whatever. These numbers are really, 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 really big. And that is not to say she's better than Brood, but she also only takes up 1 spot. And sometimes you'll find that over the course of the game, you will have just sort of played cards in such a way, because you're setting up Prodigies or whatever, or because of locations, that you don't actually have a good Brood lane. But this, sometimes you play it as like the last card in a location. It's like 2/3 of a Brood, but it only takes up 1 spot. It's a real beast. This time I actually am going to make the pithy comment. Typically you want to play Silver Surfer in your Silver Surfer deck. That's pretty much it. He's the card that makes 3s bigger. You do that. You're never, by the way, going to be playing him early so you can Prodigy him. there's just almost never going to be a situation where that is an efficient use of either your Prodigy or your Surfer. A lot of people playing Thanos out there, but more than the Thanos gamers, one of the other decks people are playing with Prodigy is a Batroc Scream deck. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but Fenris Wolf Killmonger, your 8-power Batroc or whatever, really damn good. Just an extremely powerful thing to do. When you're looking at decks that are popular in the metagame that are not just the mirror at this point, and I think we're advantaged in the mirror right now because of our double Galacta garbage, that is kind of what you're looking at. You're looking at Scream decks, you're looking at Thanos decks, Killmonger is good against both. You're looking at Clog decks, Killmonger is good there. I'm pretty sold on him right now. Negasonic is honestly a pretty damn solid card, and one of the harder cards in this deck to use, in my opinion, in large part because of the way she plays with Fenris. You can't reveal a Negasonic and have your Fenris Wolf activate on the thing the Negasonic blows up on the final turn of the game. It just doesn't work, no matter who has priority. So that means that a lot of the time you need to like set up other ways of getting Fenris Wolf value or play your Negasonic a little bit earlier. I've actually found that I like having her just as a tempo piece. I like just being able to tempo her out because she's not a card that I want to save for later after I've established either 1 or 2 Galactas, right? Like, she just does her thing. But also, if you play her pretty early, you can set up a Prodigy on her, and if you Prodigy her, it happens again. Another thing goes boom boom. And so there are decks that just can't beat 2 Negasonics. That's a very powerful thing to be doing in some situations. Makari is a prio tool, and I think generally it's just a card I'm happy to have because I like having cards on the board to benefit from my various shenanigans. She can screw you over, but I think on the whole, she is an upgrade to this list, and if you're playing the mirror without her especially, you can feel the lack of bodies in a real way. If you're looking for a replacement, I kind of think it's Juggernaut, but honestly, I might just go for like a card I feel comfortable tempoing out, maybe a Mobius. I know people are going to think Fastos. I'm pretty sure you never want him, but like maybe a Mobius would just be like a nice little piece of tech to have that you're just happy to include. And if you're not going to be tempoing as hard, you might as well just be like, I'll play a Mobius and it'll be fine. So this guy is weird. When we originally sort of took a look at him in Surfer, I was like, this doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, yes, your double Galacta thing is awesome, but there's not enough other stuff to make you want to do what he's doing. However, once you add Surge in, once you add Negasonic in, and once you add Captain Carter in, suddenly there just is enough stuff for him to be a useful card a lot of the time. And getting that second Captain Carter in the back line of the first Captain Carter, that's pretty sick. Getting the extra Surge is just kind of a messed up thing to do. Getting the double Galacta, obviously pretty broken. And tempoing 2 Negasonics is legitimately strong in your mid-range matchups. I don't really know a nicer way to put it than to say this guy sells a lot. Like, the Gladiator has some real whiffs in the current metagame. You'll like pull an Ajax or pull a Laufey or pull a Mockingbird. It's just like, it's not always good. And even when he is blowing up the stuff, it's like it almost feels to me like this metagame is very simultaneously either very tall or very low. So it's a bunch of stuff where like everything in your deck is like under 2 power or over 8 power. And if you're hitting something that's under 2 power, cool, but that's not great to bring Brack off of Fenris. And if you're hitting something that's over 8 power, you just lose. It's weird. He definitely feels worse to me subjectively, and that is my best explanation as to why. Like, when you look at Thanos, it's just a lot of stuff that's like, It's either small or it's really big. And it's like, oh, that's not a great situation for us. You look at mirrors, that's actually like pretty similar. There's a lot of on reveals that are just like, people are just happy to get them. Like, you pull a Surge and it's like, okay, it sucks that they didn't get to like repeat their Surge, but they still got a free Surge trigger out of it. Every Thanos stone still goes off. He's a little iffy. A lot of people already know from the era of the Season Passler that having multiple Galactas is a pretty messed up thing to do. And with a Surfer deck, you have much better targets for multiple Galactas that make up for the fact that you don't have 3. Like, this is the kind of combination of things that we were playing a whole card, Agamotto, that added multiple cards to our deck and going through incredible pains to set up to justify. And we just kind of get it. We get the ability to have multiple Galactas thanks to Prodigy. It's quite good. And we get to do that with Brood and Captain Carter already in our deck, and we don't have to add any cards to our deck to get that. It's a strong thing to do. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. As always, I have been KMBest. You have been phenomenal. I did want to address the background for a second. I mentioned this in the description of my last video. The blue of it was turning me yellow in my videos. I felt like I looked like Bart Simpson. So as you can see, I got really mad about it and just like did a really terrible paint job. And yes, the paint job is bad. Hopefully it'll be better in the future. But I'm not yellow, so who's the real winner here? We're about to jump into some gameplay. Remember to like and subscribe. As always, I've been KMBest. You have been phenomenal, and I will see you in the next one. This is really correct. It honestly might be. I gotta tell ya, I feel like I have done some pretty fucked up shit with this deck. I think adding Prodigy and getting Surge in here, I think getting the Surge in here was pretty clutch. Hit a Galacta for me, baby. We haven't done that shit at all. Gonna hold here. Alright, check this shit out. You ready to see some fucking dumb shit? For some reason, this works this way. And it's fucking awesome, and I'm snapping it. And then whatever I get, I'm playing it. And then we'll fucking figure out the rest later, dude. Not my problem. Sure. I'll play a 110 Gladiator. Very happy to do it. I don't think there's a card in their deck that doesn't die to this Gladiator, but I can't wait to fucking find out. Oh, of course. He managed to be helpful to them despite that. Amazing. This actual worthless piece of shit that he is. Actual worthless piece of shit that he is. He managed to figure out a way to be useless in a different way. Oh, motherfucker. Alright, so if we go Carter here, she plays for 8, which means Surfer she plays for 12, right? So it adds 14. Yeah, I mean, I gotta imagine that wins the game. I find it hard to believe that I'm not winning this game somehow. I don't know, maybe I'm not. Two caps, maybe. Holy fuck. Okay, lost that. Won that. There we go. Your deck name is misleading. You have Surge in the deck. It says lots are good, but now I'm just gonna play weird shit. Now it's just time to play some weird shit. Zaboo. Nice. I've got a Surge. Fucking A. Thwack. Thwack. Am I supposed to snap this? Fucking probably, honestly. Yeah, that's a sick Hope Summers. So now, what we do, dead, is play whatever we draw and then a Prodigy. Do I like playing Makari there? I kind of hate it, but I'm pretty sure that's a triple discount. 4. Nice. Is that good? Someone's gonna have to tell me if that's good. One, two, three, 4. Nice. Extremely normal, cool, and balanced gameplay happening here. That just, you know, like, even something like that, you're like, wow, that's awesome. I don't think I give a shit. Like, just straight up, I just don't think I give a shit. Explain to me why I'm supposed to give a shit. Explain to me why. I don't fucking know. Like, I could get Shang-Chi'd here. It's like, honestly, kind of the only risk. You know what? Fuck it. Just Shang-Chi me. Get my ass, dude. Honestly? Kind of thinking about it. I've arrived at a counterpoint of I don't give a shit. Yeah, so I lose to Shang, right? I do not lose to Enchantress. It does not fucking stop me in the slightest. I take that out. Let me put it that way. I am very confident that's an L I take if I do not have Cap's shield. You feel me? Cap shield is OP. Jotunheim. Wait, they're a hood deck? We have Killmonger? We gotta give them priority. We gotta figure out how to give them priority. Okay, this is kind of funny. I'm pretty sure it'll kill the rocket raccoon. It'll kill something they want to be repeating. You'd also Killmonger early, then use Prodigy to copy Killmonger. That's some shit right there, yeah. Joaquin Torres. Kablam. Play any C4 yet? No. It was the +2 spell. If I revive it, I don't know what happens. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna win now. I've decided that I'm gonna win. Good luck fucking bouncing shit, dude. Nah. That is fucking crazy. I'm very impressed with it. Anywho, Gladiator betrays me every single time. I could go Prodigy the Negasonic, Brood the middle, activate the Fenris. Prodigy! Prodigy! Nope, 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 nope. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. Absolutely not. You get so many hits. That card is so fucking big and then dies so fucking immediately. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 855, come on now. Face there, though. In order for us to ever get double Galacta, this has to be the play. Thaddeus, Thunderbolt Ross. Okay, well, the bad news is we're never getting double Galacta. The good news is Thaddeus, Thunderbolt Ross. That's the bad news for sure. Apparently, Prodigy gets buffed if he copies Sam. That's cute. It shouldn't work like that, but that is cute. Wait, why did I put the shield there? I'm stupid. That's my answer. I'm just an idiot. It's the only possible answer I've got. I'm just stupid. Okay, you gotta admit this is fucking funny as shit. They're doing She-Hulk Taskmaster. They're doing She-Hulk Taskmaster. It's kind of cute. Are they not super fucking dead? I don't know. Maybe they have an armor or something. And I die. Prodigy copy symbiote? Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It just says yum. Can it copy Negasonic? Yeah, but we don't need it to. Quinjet. Interesting. I will surge here. Draw most anything, I think. Play it and Captain. I don't need to play it and Captain. Now I go to the draw. Makari plays herself, if I'm not mistaken. Moonstone. Yeah, see, like, I would be upset, but I'm not. Okay, wait, where'd my fucking... Oh, they Cosmo'd my server. Right, idiot. You think this is just gonna win? I kinda do. I don't think they should get to have double Quinjet, so I'm gonna blow it up now. Yeah, that's why we did that. That's pretty much why we did that. I think it's potentially losable. I think it's potentially losable. It sort of depends on, like, their quantity of Ant-Men. But they have to, like, play a fair game here, which I think is going to be pretty difficult. But we'll see. We're going to see. Going middle is probably good for me. I don't know if it's good enough, though. No, we're good. Okay. I was pretty sure there was nothing in the Carter Moonstone Quinjet thing. That happens a lot, I think. Thanos Gamer. Holy shit, what happened to you? My boy. What have you become? If you think for one fucking second I'm not jamming a Gladiator into Camartage, you have another thing coming. Oh. Fuck. Fine. Fine, I'll do the fucking lazy, shitty play. That is sure enjoy. Haha. Aww. Kind of a not unexpected outcome here. Kind of a not unexpected outcome here, hence the Killmonger on the other lane. Not the world's most unexpected Cosmo, you know? Like, it's okay. It's not the... Well, I'm not leaving. If you're Mr. Negative, you'll get your 2. But I want to play the game. I am a little... It's like... Must be Zabu Surge, but at the same time. Yeah, Zabu Surge. Very cool. Oh my god, Gladiator. Oh my god, Gladiator. Just the most worthless piece of shit. He stays taking L's. Why are they doing that? We're gonna snipe shield up as well. It's worth it. That doesn't make sense to me in the slightest. I don't know. They turn one, snapped that, and boy, you know, they actually did have a win.